Hi everyone, welcome to TNT for a brand new week. We do this 5 days a week. Then we have our live program on Saturdays as well. Thank you everybody for joining in last Saturday and for the good numbers last week. Now today we've got a bit of a fact check on one of the, pieces of equipment that's going to be used at the opening of the Olympics on, Friday night our time. Anyway, it's this weekend, so we'll do that later in the program. But we'll start off with a few follow-ups. Firstly, with this, IT shut down over the weekend? And we learned that the AOT, that's the Airports of Thailand, announces airport check-in systems have returned to normal. This has been published in crowdstrike.com. And back on Saturday, the president of the Airports of Thailand said the airport check-in systems have returned to normal. No stranded passengers found. And he said the system returned to normal at 2 a.m. That would have been on Saturday. But at 9 a.m, also on Saturday, the system experienced another malfunction before resuming normal operation from 11 a.m. And he said that currently, this is on Saturday again, passenger queues and check-in times were normal. And he said that the whole incident affected about 200 flights, but all flights were able to operate. Only some flights were delayed by 1 to 3 hours, and only one flight was cancelled. That was a Bangkok to Osaka route. And a bit further down there, he said only some passengers requested flight changes or refunds, which can be processed along with CAAT regulations. Down in Phuket, this is from the Phuket News, Phuket Airport dodges CrowdStrike woes. All flight services at Phuket International Airport have returned to normal following the CrowdStrike outage that affected departures booking systems at major airports throughout the country. And indeed the world. Did you get caught up in any of the CrowdStrike kerfuffle? I didn't even know it had happened until I'd read about it. Now, I was posting things on Friday morning, and the system that I use, which is like a WordPress for publishing on websites, was a bit dodgy for about an hour. That was probably the only interface I had any problems with. I think because I use Apple Macs, that might be one of the reasons that I didn't get affected. But let's go further and see what happened at Phuket. According to this article, AOT Phuket did not report any flight delays or cancellations due to the system outage. So it seems generally that Thailand dodged the worst of that particular bullet. If you were caught up in any cancellations or postponements, please tell us in the comments section. Now to another follow-up from one of the big stories last week, and we go to calcidenglish.com. And it says Thai police focus on tracing cyanide which killed 6 foreigners in a luxury hotel. And the investigation into the case of 6 Vietnamese bodies found in a luxury hotel at the Ratcha Prasong intersection, Bangkok, revealed clear autopsy results indicating death by cyanide poisoning. And it reminds us that Ms. Shireen Chong, a 56-year-old Vietnamese American woman, is suspected of administering the poison. And it reminds us that cyanide was previously involved in a serial murder. In 2023, a female suspect nicknamed Cyanide was accused of murdering at least 14 people by lacing their food with cyanide. And from 2015 to 2023, there were 15 poisoning cases across 8 provinces, resulting in 14 deaths and 1 survivor. And it was that one survivor that led police to be able to crack that cyanide case back in 2023. And head of the Forensic Medicine Department at the Chulalongkorn University's Medical School announced that cyanide was detected in the bloodstream of all 6 individuals. Additionally, CAT scans revealed no indication of blunt force trauma, leading support to the theory that poisoning was the cause of death. So it seems pretty much that's case closed on that particular case. It's the TNT program on Monday, July the 22nd, and we invite you to subscribe to the channel. And we also thank our 2 sponsors. There are links in the description below if you'd like to find out more about those particular businesses and how you could avail yourself of their services. Now we go to this story from ThaiPBSWorld.com. The Move Forward MP to propose controlled use of AVs, that's adult videos, and sex toys. The bill to decriminalise and regulate adult videos and sex toys in Thailand will be proposed to Parliament for debate by a Move Forward MP. And Tao Pi Pop says his bill is not just to liberalise adult videos and sex toys, but to legalise and regulate their use by adults only. And he says it's easy to amend Section 287 of the Criminal Code, which replaces the total ban on adult videos and sex toys with controlled use by adults who are over 20 years of age. And Tao Pi Pop says he's fully aware of the moral sentiment about this controversial issue for Thailand, and he's ready to face criticism by and consequences from his detractors over his proposal. And just a bit more coverage in the Bangkok Post on this one. Adult biz reform in the works. And he says, I want people to stop pretending that adult content is taboo. Let's talk openly through parliamentary mechanisms. And he asks the question, I wonder where the moral standard lies in Thai society. And he says legalising the industry could benefit the economy through taxation and help ensure the safety of individuals working in the industry. And he says many sex workers, for example, say they're exploited by customers who know they dare not complain to police if they're abused. Well, this one is interesting. Where do the parliamentarians stand, or perhaps even occasionally lie down on this particular one? Because with Article 112, the Lèse Majesté law, you've got the yellow shirts and the royalists putting their hand up saying, oh, we've got to support the monarchy and we can't have any changes. It's sort of black and white. But with this one, there would be a lot of the conservative side of politics that perhaps avail themselves of some of these products and services from time to time. All right, let's head down to the islands, and specifically to Koh Phangan. The Bangkok Post reports that Nigerian arrested on Thailand's Phangan Island for selling cocaine and an overstay. And tourist police have arrested a Nigerian man for cocaine possession and overstaying for nearly 9 years on Koh Phangan. And the arrest was part of a crackdown on foreigners doing restricted jobs and illegal activities on this tourist island. And they might be suggesting there that selling cocaine is a restricted job for Thais only. And he claimed, this is the Nigerian, he had a magical mantra and he'd recite it to make him invincible to police before leaving a hotel to hide the drug. But he said, this time I really didn't see the arrest coming. Well, that's the thing about those magical mantras. They work really well until they don't. A bit about the Thai economy now. We go to nation Thailand, and pet economy on the rise. And Thailand's pet market has grown at an average annual rate of 17.5% over the past 5 years. Let me tell you, I've contributed to that increase as well. And this year, the value of the pet market in Thailand is projected to reach nearly 75 billion baht, and that's a 12.4% increase from 2023. This is how the market's divided up. Pet food is the big one, 44.6 billion. Then pet accessories, 22.9 billion. Veterinary services, 6.64 billion. And pet care services, 660 million. And this article from nationthailand.com says the pet economy significantly impacts various businesses, boosting the establishments of dog and cat cafes, increasing revenues and profits for veterinary hospitals, clinics, pet insurance companies, and driving pet food sales. Yeah, so many places these days I go to have got pets sitting out the front, or in sometimes the pets inside, including quite a few cafes these days, not necessarily registered pet cafes. So certainly seeing a lot more soy dogs and soy cats turned into domestic pets, and that's probably a good thing for Thailand. Well, the story grabbed my attention from the BBC over the weekend relating to the opening ceremony of the Olympics this weekend. World's longest rowing boat to carry the Olympic torch. And this is the Stamfli, I hope I got that right, 24 Express, the world's longest rowing boat. And there it is, tied up to the jetty. The 44-metre, that's 144-foot long shell, will take part in the torch relay for the Olympics on Sunday. And don't you know where I'm going with this? So they're claiming this 44-metre rowboat is the longest in the world. Well, just hold that thought for a moment. Something came to my mind. And we're talking about the Royal Barge Procession in Thailand. Let's find out a bit about it. The Royal Barge procession in the present consists of 52 barges, and these barges are manned by 2,082 oarsmen. Well, you might want to debate if the royal barges are rowboats or not. I think they are. They're driven by oarsmen. How long is the longest barge? And the royal barge Supanahong was built in 1911, and it's 46 metres. That's a whole 2 metres longer than the one they're using at the Olympics, and it was carved from a single trunk of teakwood and was launched on the 13th of November 1911. And there it is, some 46 metres long from bow to stern, and all the oarsmen. Doesn't look particularly stable. And there it is, the longest barge in the royal procession. And when they dust the barges off every now and then, it's quite a procession indeed, and uniquely Thai. But if the Olympic Committee in France are talking about the longest rowboat in the world, they probably need to add another 2 or 3 metres to that particular boat. And that's all the main stories I see around Thailand today. Hopefully you're a bit more up to date. We hope you subscribe to the channel, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.